Islamabad. On Thursday, the Islamabad High Court, IHC, overturned the sentence imposed by an accountability court in the Avenfield matter, clearing Maryam Nawaz, the leader of the Pakistan Muslim League-Nawaz, and Captain Safdar. In the Avenfield case, an accountability court sentenced Nawaz to 7 years in prison and her husband, Captain, retired, Safdar, to 1 year. While Maryam was visiting her father in jail in August 2019, she was detained in connection with the matter. Later, in November 2019, a neighbourhood court issued bail. After hearing arguments from both sides, the IHC's divisional bench, composed of Justices Amir Farouk and Mohsin Akhtar Kiani, announced the reserved judgment. Hearing. How the charges against Maryam Nawaz can be proven in the case was a question Judge Amir Farouk posed to NAB prosecutor Sardar Muzaffar Abbasi during today's hearing. Establish Maryam Nawaz's connection to the assets outside of her known sources of income using the Avenfield example. The court questioned how the JIT report supported the charges against Maryam Nawaz and stated that the National Accountability Bureau, NAB, had not been able to demonstrate a connection between the Avenfield reference and Maryam Nawaz and Nawaz Sharif. Before the bench of the Islamabad High Court, Sardar Muzaffar Abbasi delivered the statement of Wajid Zia, the head of the JIT looking into the Avenfield properties. Justice Kiani claimed that he had never come across an investigating officer who solely offered an opinion on the matter. Justice Kiani said that the IO's opinion could not be used as evidence in the case. The divisional bench ordered NAB prosecutor Sardar Muzaffar Abbasi to provide documentation, not just testimony, to back Nawaz Sharif and Maryam Nawaz's claim to ownership of the Avenfield estates. According to the NAB prosecutor, Nawaz Sharif's daughter Maryam Nawaz may have been used to conceal the Avenfield properties. In response, the court instructed NAB to back up its claims with documentation, noting that NAB could have done so more persuasively. The Sharif family claims that the properties were left to Nawaz Sharif and Maryam Nawaz by Mian Muhammad Sharif, thus the prosecution will need to show that they are the owners of the London houses. NAB asks the IHC to reject Maryam Nawaz's acquittal appeal in the Avenfield case. In its remarks, the IHC claimed that the NAB had failed to prove Nawaz Sharif and Maryam's ownership of the Avenfield case. After hearing both sides' arguments, the judge reserved the decision for 15 minutes. The history of the case. After finding him guilty of several crimes in the Avenfield reference, an accountability court sentenced the former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif to a total of 10 years in prison and ordered him to pay a fine of £8 million on July 6, 2018. Maryam Nawaz, daughter of the former PM, was sentenced by Judge Mohammed Bashir to 7 years in prison and a fine of £2 million. Safdar, her husband, received a 1-year sentence to prison.